Hello everyone. So this is Smriti Chaturvedi.
Today we will be explaining about the International Olympiad. So here we are having 10 questions. So this is your first question. Okay, so the first question is saying that at a grocery store, apples and oranges are sold. 5 apples cost $10 while 4 oranges cost $6. Okay, Emma bought some apples and the oranges and paid $78 in total. Which of the following can be the number of the apples she bought? Okay, so if we are going according to the question, so the Emma is like purchasing apples and oranges. Okay, and she bought 5 apples for $10. Okay, and she bought 4 oranges for $6. And if we are going to figure out the cost, like per apple and per orange, so we will be getting like the cost of the apple. One apple would be $10 divided by 5. So we will be getting the cost of one apple as $2. Okay, and the cost of the 4 oranges is $6. So the cost of one orange, if we are going to figuring out, so we will be getting 6 by 4 and we can write it as $1.5. Okay. So now in this question, it is not giving to us like how many apples she is purchasing, how many oranges she is purchasing, or the number of apples are more or number of oranges are more. Okay, they just given to us like the cost of the apple and oranges together. If we are going to add them, the cost of the apple and oranges, then we are getting $78. Okay, so this question seems like a like the method what we are going to add up for this question should be like chicken and rabbit method. Okay, and since you are grade 7 onwards, so we will go with the option that is the like best thing for this question. Okay, for if we are going with the chicken and rabbit method, then we need to divide both of the things equally. Okay, so according to this question, the cost of the apple is $2. So if we are taking like she bought a number of apples, so we need to multiply it by 2 because the cost is what? 2 per apple. Okay, and if we are going with the oranges, then we can see the cost of one orange is $1.5. Okay, so we need to multiply the apple by 2 and we need to multiply oranges by 1.5, and then we are getting the total cost as $78. Okay, understood? Now if we are going with the first option, so we can see the number of the apples the question is asking for. So in the first option, 10 number of apples is given to us. And if we are going to put the 10 over here, so we will be getting 2 times 10 plus 1.50 is equals to $78. Got it? So 2 times 10 is 20. So 1.50, we will be getting 78 minus 20. Okay, and when we are doing 78 minus 20, so the cost of like 1.5 oranges, we are getting as 58. Okay, and when we are going to divide it, so according to this, the number of the oranges, we are getting 58 divided by 1.5. And when we are going to solve it, we will be getting, okay, this decimal we can easily cut out. We can put the 0 over there. And when we are going to solve it, so the number of apples we will be getting is 38.666. So we can write it 67. And number of anything cannot be in decimal. Okay, so option A is definitely a wrong choice. Let's go with the second option. The second option what we have is 20. So if she is going to buy, if she is like purchasing 20 apples, then how many oranges she need to buy? Okay, if she is purchasing 20 apples, then 2 times 20 plus 1.5 oranges is equals to 78. Correct? 2 times 20 is 40 only. So 1.5 oranges gives us 78 minus 40. Okay, and when we are going to solve it, so we will be getting 1.5 oranges is equals to 38. Okay, and when we are going to divide 38 by 1.5, we will be getting, because we need to figure out the number of the oranges. Okay, if we are figuring out the number of oranges, we need to divide 38 by 1.5. And if we are dividing 38 by 1.5, we will be getting 25.33, which means 34. And again, number of anything cannot be in decimal. So we cannot take 20 as well. Okay. So now the third option, what we have is 30. So let's go with 30 and check what with 30 that are we getting a whole number for this or not. Okay. So if we are going to take 30 over there as a number of apples in option 3, so we will be getting 2 times 30 plus 1.5 oranges gives us 78 rupees in total. Okay, and 2 times 30 gives us 60 only. So 1.5 oranges is equals to 78 minus 60. And when we are doing 78 minus 60, we will be getting 18. Okay, and when we are going to divide 18 by 1.5, we are getting 12. Okay, when we are going to divide this 18 by 1.5, we are getting 12, and this is a whole number. Correct? So if she is going to buy 30 apples, then she can easily buy 20 oranges. That is why option C needs to be the correct answer. Understood, everyone? Okay, let's move to the next question. So now the next question what we have is Alex bought a bag of the gummy bears. After he ate some, the ratio of the number of the gummy bears he ate to the number of the remaining bag was 4:7. Okay. And if we eat 60 more gummy bears, the new ratio will be 5:5. So how many gummy bears were there in the bag?
स्मृति
Yes, ma'am.
स्मृति ये क्वेश्चन दोबारा से करो, बीच में आपका सिग्नल चला गया था.
मेरा सिग्नल चला गया मैम.
कुछ तो हुआ था बीच में, पॉज
मैम
आ
द
गया था.
सेकंड वन ना, ये सेकंड.
हाँ, वो सेकंड वन.
Okay. Okay, so now we are having the second question. Alex bought a bag of the gummy bears. If he ate some, the ratio of the number of the gummy bear he ate to the number of the remaining bag was 4:7. Got it? And if he eats 60 more gummy bears, the new ratio will be 5:5. And how many gummy bears were there in the bag when Alex bought it? Okay, this can for solving this question we can adopt algebra as well. For this question, we can adopt algebra as well. But since you are in a preparing yourself for SASMO, so we are having one individual method which is known as model method. Okay, so we can adopt the model method for solving this question, and that is super easy. Okay, so how we will do this question by using the model method? Okay, if we are going with the question, so Alex bought like some of the gummy bears, we don't know the number. Okay, and the ratio is given to us like how much he ate and how much is remaining after eating something. Okay, so if we are going with the first condition, so question is saying that after he ate some, the ratio of the number of the gummy bears he ate to the number remaining in the bag was 4:7. So we can take it, the ratio we are getting as 4:7. We can put the units over here, 4 units of this, 7 units of this. And if we are going to figure out the total, so total is what? Total is 11 units, correct? And if we are going with the second condition according to the question, so the second condition is saying that if he eats 60 more gummy bears, the new ratio becomes 5:5. So if he is eating 5 units of this and 5 units of this, so according to the question, we are getting the total as 10 units. But if we are going to see, the number of the gummy bears should remain same only, no? But here we are getting, over here we are getting 11 units and here we are getting 10 units. So the first thing what we need to do is to make the total equal. And how can we make the total equal? In this entire thing, we are supposed to multiply by 10. And in this entire thing, we are supposed to multiply by 11 because we need to make the total equal. And when we are doing it, so we will be getting, in the first scenario, we are getting 40 units. And here we are getting 70 units. And then in totality, we are getting 110 units. Got it? And for this one, the second scenario, we are getting 55 units. Okay. And here also we are getting 55 units. Okay. And in totality, we are getting 110 units. Got it? And again, one more condition is given over there in the question. If he eats 60 more gummy bears in the second situation, which means the difference between the first situation and second situation needs to be 60. Correct? So when we are going to take this, so the difference between them, which means 55 units minus 40 units, when we are going to do, we will be getting the difference as 60. So 55 minus 40, we are getting 15. Correct? So 15 units we are getting equals to 60. So that is why 1 unit will give us 60 divided by 15. We are getting 4. Okay, that means 1 unit means 4. If 1 unit means 4, then the total units we have 110 units, correct? We can easily take the total as 110 units and then we can multiply it by 4 because the value of 1 unit we are getting as 4. So when we are going to multiply it by 4, we will be getting 440 or the gummy bears. Okay. So how many gummy bears was there in his bag? So 440 gummy bears was there in his bag. Understood everybody? Okay, now we need to go with the third question. So the third question what we have is, if the 5-digit number 1, 2, 3, 4, m is completely divisible by 8, we are supposed to figure out the value of m. And this question is like properly we can see of divisibility rule. And if we already know the divisibility rule of 8, divisibility rule of 8, that a number formed by the last 3 digits. Okay, number formed by the last 3 digits of the given number should be divisible by 8. Okay. So if we are going to take the last 3 digits of the particular number, so we will be getting what? 3, 4 and m. And when we are going to divide it by 8, how can we divide it? So we have 34 over here. When we are dividing it by 8, so we know 8 4s are 32. We have 2 as the remaining. Now what we are supposed to add with 2 over here, so that will be divisible by 8. So the only number which is starting from 2 we have, which is divisible by 8 is 4. When we are going to put 4 over here, so it becomes 24. And then 24 is divisible by 8 3 times. Okay, we will be getting 43 as answer when we are going to divide it. So the possible value of m should be only 4. Okay, which is option B. Understood everybody? Let's go with the next question. So the next question what we have is a 6-digit number which is 3x847y is divisible by 45. And how many possible values of x are there? Again, this question is from divisibility only. Okay. But here we have 2 digits and here the number what we have is 45. We don't know the divisibility of 45. So in this case, we will go with the factors of 45. So the factors of 45, what we are supposed to go with 5 and 9 because 5 9s are 20. So we will check whether the number should be divisible by 5 or it should be divisible by 9 as well. Okay. So for divisible, this particular number divisible by 5, the condition is the value of y should be either 0 or 5. Got it? So let's go with the first condition when we are putting the value of y as 0. Okay. So when we are putting the value of 5 as y as 0, so we will be getting 3x8470. Okay. And let's check it. Okay, by 5 we have already put the condition. Now we need to check it by 9. For divisibility of 9, there is one rule: the sum of all the digits, whatever the digits we have in the number, that should be divisible by 9. And when we are going to add all the digits together, so the total we are getting is 22. Now at the place of x, what we are supposed to add or what we supposed to put, so it will be divisible by 9. So the number nearest number what we are getting that comes in the table of 9 is 27. Correct? So that the total should be 27 only. Correct? So the value of x from here, what we are getting as 5 because when we are going to add 5 into 22, then only we are getting 27. Correct? And if we are going further, if we are going to take the next multiple of 9, which is 36. So for that, we need to add 14. Okay, and that is not possible since x is the first 1-digit number only. So that is why when we are going to put the value of x by as 0, the value of x would be 5. Okay, this is one of the values. Now let's go with the second condition. When we are going with the second condition, so we are going to put the value of y as 5. When we are putting the value of y as 5, so this needs to be 3x8475. We need to divide it by 9. Again, we need to check with the sum of all the digits. So 3 plus x plus 8 plus 4 plus 7 plus 5. And when we are going to figure out the total by putting 5, we are getting 27. Okay, in 27, what we are supposed to add, so it will be divisible by 9. Because since 27 is already a multiple of 9, so we are not supposed to add anything. We can simply add 0 and we will be getting 27 and it is divisible by 9. So one of the value of x we are getting as 0. Or we can put 9 as well. Because when we are going to add 9 over here, we are getting 36 and 36 is also divisible by 9. So when we are putting the value of y as 5, the two values of x we are getting. One is 0 and one is 9. So the question is asking about the total possible values of x. So we are having 1, 2, 3, 3 possible values of x. Got it, everybody? Okay, let's go with the next question. When we are going with the next question, this type of questions are known as cryptarithm question. Okay, in these questions, digits are replaced by the alphabets and we are supposed to figure out the value of the alphabets. Okay, like what digit can replace the particular alphabets what are given to us. And this question is properly based on hit and trial method. Okay, and these type of question where the number or the digits are replaced by the some alphabets only, these type of questions are known as cryptarithm question. Okay, so when we are going to take and since all the different letters stands for the different digits, which means no different letter can represent the same digit. And here we can put all the 10 digits. So we are having the option for putting 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got it? So the letters what we have is A, B, C, D. We are adding E, F, G, and B in that. And after that, the total what we are getting is E, F, T, B, H. Now, how to start solving these type of questions? See, here if we are going to check, so at the 10,000 case, we have nothing. But here we are getting the digits. So definitely this E is some carryover. And since they are the one digit number only, so 1 will be the carryover. What comes from this side over here? So the value of E is what? 1. That is for sure that needs to be 1 only. Correct? And since the value of E is 1, so E1 has like gone out of the race. Now we are having this also 1. Okay. So when we can get a carryover number, when the value of A we are going to put as 9. So 9 plus 1 we are getting 10. So that's why the value of F needs to be 0. And then 1 this carryover will be here. Correct? So the value of A needs to be what? The value of E we are getting as 1, the value of A we are getting as 9, and the value of F we are getting as 0. So 0 is also gone from the race and 9 has also gone from the race. Okay. Now we do have B plus F. Since we know the value of F is what? 0. And if we are going with the question, so what we are getting? B plus 0 becomes C, which means C is 1 more than C. Correct? C needs to be 1 more than C only because after adding 0, B becomes C. Means the digit has changed. And when the digit is going to be changed? When there is one carryover. Okay? So there is one carryover. So now we are having the multiple options over here. We need to go with that. So let's try it with 4. If we are going to put 4 over here, so what we are getting? 4 plus 1 is 5. So the value of C needs to be 5 only. Correct? If the value of C is 5, so we can put this 5 over here as well. Correct? And by adding 5 to G, we should get 4. So the possible value what we can put over here is only 9. Correct? But 9 has already occupied by A. So we cannot take 9 in this case. If we are not supposed to take 9 in this case, so definitely one carryover should be there. If one carryover should be there, then it becomes what? It becomes 8. Correct? And then we are getting 8 plus 5, 13 plus 1, 14. Got it? So according to this, the value of B needs to be 4 over here. Correct? And since we have already taken 4, we have already taken 5, we have already taken 8, so we are left with 7. Correct? Because that is the only biggest digit what we have, and we can put the 6 as well. If we are going to put 6 at the place of D, 6 plus 4, 10, H is 0, and two different digits can, like different letters cannot represent the same digits, so that is not possible. And if we are going to put 7, 7 plus 4 is 11, and 1 is also occupied. Correct? So that is also we cannot take. So the value of B will definitely will not be 4. Okay, so now we need to go with some other digits. Okay, and when we are going with some other digits, so let's move with 5. If we are going to get 5 over here, so 5 plus 1, it becomes 6. So the value of C needs to be 6. Got it? Now 6, what we need to add? So again we will take 8. So 6 plus 8 is 14, and 14 plus 1, we are getting 5 because B needs to be 5. And this B is also 5. Okay, now here we are, we have taken 5, we have taken 6, we have taken 8. The only number what is left with 7, because we can go with that because we need some carryover number. So when we are putting the value of D as 7, 7 plus 5 becomes 12. And the value of H in that case, we are getting 2. Okay. So the question is asking about the value of E, F, C, B, H. And what we are getting for E, F, C, B, H, we are getting 1, 0, 6, 5, 2. Because for the entire thing, for all the letters, we are getting 9, 5, 6, 7. We are adding it with 1085. Okay, and when we are adding it with 1085, we are getting 25601. Okay, so the value of EFCBH, we are getting this, and question is asking some of the digits of this. So we need to add all of them, and when we are adding all of them, we are getting number 4. Okay, so that's why our answer needs to be option C, number 40. Got it, everybody? Now let's go with the next question. The next question what we have is 30, 30 times 30, 30 minus 30, 29 times 30, 31. Okay, this question is based on identity. The identity is what we have in algebra. Okay, so how can we do it? So this we can see that 30, 30 is multiplied by 30, 30 itself. So it becomes 30, 30 square. Correct? And these things are like totally different from 30, 30, but we can write them in the form of 30, 30. How? If this 30, 29, if I'm going to write as 30, 30 minus 1. Okay, and this 30, 31, I can write as 30, 30 plus 1. Okay, so what we can see over here, if we are going, so we can see this as A minus B and A plus B. Correct? And this is the identity what we have, A minus B and A plus B gives us A square minus B square. Correct? So this entire thing we can write in the form of A square minus B square. So we are getting 30, 30 square minus 1 square. Okay? And when we are going to open this particular bracket, so we will be getting 30, 30 square minus 30, 30 square plus 1 square. And since they are in positive and negative, they will get cut down, and we are getting 1 square, and the value of 1 square is always 1. So that is why option A needs to be 1. Got it? Let's go with the next question. So if we are going with the next question, so this question is saying that 50 cakes are packed in the 2 different box sizes. The small box holds 4 cakes and the big box holds 5 cakes. If fewer than 15 boxes are used and all the boxes are fully packed, then how many small boxes are used? So this question is again based on algebra. So according to the question, the small box can hold. So let's take the small box as S. Okay, and let's take the big box as B. So according to the question, if we are going, the small box can hold 4 cakes and big box can hold 5 cakes. And total is 50 cakes. Okay, and if we are going with the second condition of the question, so it is saying that if fewer than 15 boxes are used, okay, and all the boxes are fully packed, which means if we are going to add the number of boxes, that needs to be lesser than or equals to 15 only. Okay, because fewer than 15 boxes are used, so equals to will not be there, lesser than 15 only. Okay, so in this question again, they are not saying that how many boxes they have used, and they haven't said that the small boxes are more or the big boxes are more. They haven't given any kind of condition. Okay, so again we will go with the options. So if we are going with the option, so the first option what we have is 4. Okay, because the question is asking about the small box. So the small box is given to us 4. When we are going to put 4 over here, so that gives us 4 times 4 plus 5b is equals to 50. 4 times 4 is 16 only. 5b is equals to 50 minus 16. And when we are doing 15 minus 16, we are getting 34. And 34 is not divisible by 5 completely. We are getting our answer in decimal. Okay. And number can't be there in decimal. Okay. Number can never be there in decimal. If we are finding the number of certain things, we are getting 6.8 and it can't be in decimal. So definitely option A is not a correct choice. Let's go with option B. So if we are going with option B, so the number of small box needs to be 5. If we are putting 5 over here, 4 times 5 plus 5b is equals to 50. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 plus 5b is equals to 50. So the value of 5b we are getting as 50 minus 20. That we are getting as 30. And 30 is completely divisible by 5 and we are getting 6. Okay. So, and when we are going to add the number of boxes, because according to the question, the total number of the boxes fewer than 15. So when we are going to add it like 5 plus 6, we are getting 11, which is less than 15. Okay, so that is our correct choice. So correct answer needs to be option B, 15. Understood? Let's go with the next question. So when we are going towards the next question, so this question is related to reasoning and in reasoning also pattern. If we are going to look for this question, there is like certain pattern what they are following. We just need to figure out the pattern. If we are going over here, so it is 15, 17 and 17, then 18, 19 and then 22. Okay, then 21, 22 and then 23. Okay, so how can we solve this question? See, if we are going with series, so this needs to be 16 only, no? This needs to be 16, and we have replaced it with 17 because we are going with the 3 sequence. So 15, 16, 17. That needs to be 16 only, but they have written 17, which means they have added 1 over here. Correct. And in the next sequence, if we are going to 18, 19, and this 21 should 20 should be there. Correct. 18, 19, 20, 21 should be there. Correct. And instead of 20, they have written 22, which means they are added 2 this time. 18, 19, 20 should be there, not according to the series, but they have written 22, which means they have added plus 2 this time. Initially, they have added 1, then they have added 2. Now, if we are going to follow the same pattern, so that needs to be 22, 23, and next number, according to us, needs to be 24. But since they are going with the pattern plus 1, plus 2, then plus 3 needs to be there. If we are doing plus 3, so we will be getting 27. Okay, and then 22, 23, 24, 25 is the next number, but what question is not asking from us. Question is asking about this number only. So that needs to be 27, which is option D. Understood? Now let's go with the next question. If we are going with the next question, so it is saying that in an auditorium, Nina sits 9 from the front row. Okay, we are coming from the front row, so Nina is 9. That is the position of Nina. Okay, and 4th from the back row. From the back row, if we are going to count, so Nina's position needs to be same only, no? But it is what? 4. From the front, it is 9. From the back, it is 4. So there is one rule of ranking. This question is also from the reasoning section, and that is from ranking. So we know when same person position is given us from the front and from the back. So for finding the total number of seats or total number of the students, we need to add the position of the person from front and back, and then we need to subtract 1. So when we are doing 4 plus 9 minus 1, we will be getting 12. Okay. And the second condition is also given to us in the question. Like there are 8 people on the left or her left, so which means 8 people are there on her left. So this entire number of people are 8. and there are 6 people to her right, which means there are 6 people on her right. So if every seat is occupied and no one is standing, what is the total number of the people? So now again, 8 people are on her left and 6 people are on her right, and one row in which she is sitting. So we need to add 1. So 8 plus 16 is 8 plus 6 we are getting 14, and 14 plus 1 we are getting 15. So according to this, 12 rows and 15 columns are there. Okay, and to figure out the number of the entire chairs or total number of persons, we need to do what? 12 times 15. And when we are doing 12 times 15, we are getting 180. So the total number of the people needs to be 180. Understood, everybody? Now we do have the last question. Last question, it is saying that 90 days before the day after tomorrow is Monday. Okay. This question is also from reasoning and it is from calendar. It is saying that 90 days before the day after tomorrow is Monday. For these type of questions, we need to know the certain things. That after 7 days, same day will repeat itself. Okay, same day will repeat itself. Or we can say the 8th day will be the same day. And if we are going according to the question, so the question is saying 90 days before the day after tomorrow is Monday. Okay, so 90 days before a Monday, if we are going to check, so what we can do, since it is given to us 90 days before the day after tomorrow. So if this is today, then this needs to be tomorrow. Okay, and this needs to be the day after tomorrow. Okay, and 90 days before that, we are getting Monday. Okay, if we are going with this thing, so we have total 90 days on which we are supposed to do the entire calculation. So we will divide 90 by 7. When we are dividing 90 by 7, we are getting 13. Okay, 13 times we can completely, we can divide it 12 times. And we will be getting 6 as a remainder. Okay, and if we are getting 6 as a remainder, so we can go step by step. If we are going step by step, we will be getting that 90th date should be like Sunday only. So 90 days before a Monday, that is Sunday only. That we are getting. Correct. So the question is asking about what day of the week is today. Okay, either we can do -6 and do the calculation like that. Or simplest way to solving these type of question needs to be, we can divide 90 by 7. But this time we will be take one number up. We will go one number up. 7 1 is 7. We are getting 2 0. Okay, but we are not going to take the lesser number like 14. We will go one number up. So we can take 21. And when we are going to take 21, when we are going to subtract, so we are getting 1. So either we can subtract 6 or we can add 1 to the given number of days. And when we are going to add 1 over here, so Monday plus 1, we are getting Tuesday. Okay, so that is how we are getting the day after tomorrow is Monday. According to the question, the day after tomorrow is Monday only. So 90 days before that day also should be the Monday only. And today must be what? Today must be Tuesday. Okay, so the answer we are getting for this question is Tuesday. Understood, everyone?